Hello and welcome to my first ever live stream here on YouTube. My name's Shannerz and I'm here to do a little bit of a watch along of Game 2 of the 2020 series between Australia and India. It's a pleasure to have you all in the building. Few rain clouds there in Melbourne. This game's been played at the MCG after the first game was rained out. And I have to say, this whole series and this whole summer so far with India and Australia and even South Africa and Australia has been a little bit of a wet one. Good for the farmers, not so good for the cricket. Anyway, here we are at the MCG. Australia's just announced their starting 11 for this fixture and they will be bowling first. So yeah, get your thoughts in the comments, guys, of what you think about this fixture. India is looking like the team to beat after a very impressive first fixture. Abhishek Sharma, in his first series in Australia, he looked dangerous, I got to say, in those few balls that he faced in Canberra in that first 2020. Yes, he got out. Yes, there were a few swings and misses, but he is the main man. And this relatively young team, I reckon, for India is going to be a real handful. Australia, their team on paper isn't as strong as you would hope. I think Australia is resting a few of their stars. But yeah, let's see how this one will turn out. I'm watching this on KO Sports. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you guys this fixture. But yeah, KO is just showing some of Abhishek Sharma's highlights, and I gotta say, this is the first time I've seen him play against Australia. I think it's the first time he ever did play against Australia, and damn, he looked very good. Got David Warner on the commentary. Not sure about his takes, but not that I can speak. We're all just trying to make our way in Australian media. Anyway, back onto Abhishek Sharma. He looked very good. And he made Hazlewood look amateur, to be honest. Hazlewood didn't really have any answers to him. Yeah, it's a shame that first match didn't end up with a result. It was a really good fixture. And I did my first ever live stream myself on Instagram. That's where I've got most of my followers. But trying to switch over to here on YouTube. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and who you think will win today. Let's get Australia's batting lineup up here, because I haven't even actually seen it myself so far. Australia versus India. Still figuring out the setup. Not sure about this box that I found myself in here. But we move forwards. Alright. Alright, so Australia is fielding the same side that they fielded against India and Canberra. So opening batting, we have Mitchell Marsh alongside Travis Head, which seems to be the most safe position in the Australian batting order across all formats at the moment. That seems to be set heading into this next World Cup. There's interesting talks about Mitch Marsh maybe opening in the Test form, but I gotta be honest, I'm not sure about that one. Mitch Marsh in the short form, that's his stuff. That is where he is so dangerous. He's been hot and cold with Test throughout his whole career, but we'll see about that. Then we have Josh Inglis, Tim David, Mitch Owen, there's a decent middle order. I still don't think it's quite the strongest middle order Australia could put out. Tim David and Mitch Owen have definitely made those positions their own. Josh Inglis, still a few questions. And Marcus Stoinis at 6, I think, really weakens the batting lineup a little bit, to be honest. I think he's past it. But he's been such a great stalwart for Australian cricket. We all know how well he did in that semi-final against Pakistan in the UAE a few years ago with that partnership with Matthew Wade. He's been a star ever since he came onto the scene with that incredible century in New Zealand. And then you have Matthew Short at 7. That is an interesting choice, to be honest. And then we have the same bowling lineup that we saw in the first match. Xavier Bartlett, Nathan Ellis, Kuhnemann, and Hazlewood. Now, just quickly on that, Hazlewood, he's a star, and it's great to see such a A-class player playing in the short form, because often Australia's fast bowlers, they just don't bother. Like Stark himself is retired and Cummins is being rested even though he's injured. So it's great to see Hazlewood playing. Ellis responded well in their last fixture because he had a relatively poor ODI series in that first Optus Stadium match. The Australia were on top when you had Stark and Hazlewood bowling, and then Ellis came on and he was a little bit leaky, and especially in that third ODI. But I got to say, in that first 2020, when he came on, he got a quick wicket, and yeah, he looked good. So that's a good comeback. And Xavier Bartlett showed that he's warranted for that international spot. So yeah, there we go. I think it's a decent Australian team, but if we look across at India, I gotta say they are a bit of a step above, and I think India have to be favourites going into this year's or next year's World Cup, I should say. Abhishek Sharma, as I said earlier, that's the first time I'd seen him play in Australia. It's the first time he played. So dangerous. Shubman Gill, everybody knows his class. This is really a next wave, next generation of Indian cricket we're seeing with Yadav, Varma, and Samson. So yeah, I got to be honest, I'm a little bit scared about India's batting lineup. But when it goes to their bowlers, again, there's that experience that Australia doesn't actually have, surprisingly. We've got Yadav, Raina, and Bumrah leading the attack in terms of the fast bowlers. So let's see how it all goes. Get your comments down below what you guys think of this fixture. I'm predicting India win. It looks like we should get a full match in today despite the rain circulating. So yeah, just all the players are now out of the field and standing for the anthems, and I'm actually going to get ourselves live on Instagram as well to push this live stream and so forth. All right. Got to remember how to do it. I feel like a boomer out here. All right. A moment of silence is being taken for Ben Austin, the young cricketer who was tragically killed in a net session with his mates. Things you really hate to see. It reminds me of it's been really felt around Australia in a similar way to when Philip Hughes passed away. I remember I was about 15 at the time, and that one really hit home when he passed away. So yeah, really feeling for his family and for those who knew him. All right. Excuse me. All right. It's a pretty powerful statement being made by Cricket Australia here. This moment of silence, packed MCG. All taking a moment to share and remember Ben Austin. That was a very, very powerful moment, I have to say. And then very nice words from Adam Gilchrist as well, if you're listening to the KO stream on Ben Austin. There's a round of applause once once that moment of silence finished. All right, I'm going to start us up on Instagram, see if we can get a few more people in the building. Hello, and welcome back to Game 2 of the 2020 series between Australia and India. We are live on YouTube right now, and I'd just like to welcome everyone on Instagram to this live stream. We've got Australia taking on India. Hopefully get a full game in together. Join us on YouTube if you haven't already. Looks like we've got someone in the building on YouTube as well. It's good. Hello, everyone. Hello, your boo brothers. Hey, guys. Isaac. It's good to see y'all. Got some good numbers on Instagram. Got a few people over on YouTube as well. Who have we got here? Ayan. How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. We are watching Game 2 of Australia taking on India in this 2020 series. Hopefully, get a full game here. It looks like we should have got the radar map up here, and I've got to be honest, bit of rain around, a little bit concerning. Hey guys, how's it all going? Welcome to the stream. I reckon India, again, I reckon they're looking too dangerous, I have to say. I think their batting lineup, this young and up-and-coming batting lineup is going to be a bit too strong for Australia. But get your predictions in below. Oh, yeah. I've got a few people commenting on Instagram about the women's match, the women's semi-final. That was tragic. That was absolutely devastating. I can't believe it, to be honest. Phoebe Litchfield, what an innings. And was that her who did the reverse switch hit? Looked like Maxwell out there. The standard of women's cricket is going through the roof at the moment. So hopefully, after what was just an unbelievable run chase from India, Australia can get a little bit of revenge today. But I'm not liking the chances. Hey, Solid Snake. How's it going, man? Welcome, Rohit. Good to have you in the building. Yeah, Phoebe Litchfield. She's just a star. And I love that photo shoot she did with Sam Constas as well. I've got someone on the YouTube saying I should be streaming The Shield. And that is definitely something that I'm interested in going forwards. I done before on my YouTube, if you look back through my old videos, I used to do this Shield review series, but I just wasn't consistent with it. But I got some good reactions, so let me know if you want some more Shield content. Proof, I'm doing good, man. It's good to see you in the building. Been a busy day, trying to take this cricket thing a little bit more seriously. Yeah, I've got someone as well commenting on the Instagram about Ben Austin. That was really tragic, but I've got to say, from Australia, that was a really nice moment when the whole of the MCG, a packed MCG, took a moment to pay respect to Ben Austin. That's tragic. And as I said on YouTube already, the way that it's hit the cricket community reminds me of when Phil Hughes passed. So the fact that, you know, all the Shield teams, the national team, and even the Indian team took a moment, they're putting their bats out and so forth. I think it's really nice. Everyone joining the stream, welcome. And yes, I hope Australia gets the win for Ben Austin and for the women's side, because it's been a tough week for Australian cricket. I've got to be honest. Oh, fantastic. We've got someone on YouTube saying that we're going to be supporting Australia as a Pakistani. Oh, that's a bit controversial, isn't it? We need as many people behind Australia as we can have, because I think Australia's going to need it. Because Australia's batting lineup, I think, is going to be a bit too weak for the likes of Bumrah and India's relatively young team. If you guys are keen to catching the full stream, jump across to YouTube, and I'll interact with your comments there. Kaysen, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's finally summer of cricket. We're finally here. Bit of a false start a little bit with that ODI series and the reign of that first 2020 series, but this is what I want to do. Get some content out to you guys. As India walks out to bat to an incredible reception. Packed MCG, things you love to see. I reckon there's probably 50,000 people over in Melbourne for this one. I'm super pumped to see what Abhishek has got to do. Because Abhishek is, I got to be honest, I haven't seen much of him. But he looked, what I've read, the highlights I've seen, and from what I saw in that first fixture, man, if he gets going, game changer. It almost reminds me of when Yasval first came over and just introduced himself to Australian cricket. That was so impressive. So yeah, he could have a good one. Yeah, Abhishek is no match for the Hoff. Damn right. Well, to be honest, he made Hazelwood look kind of amateur a little bit. Got a few people in the YouTube. Hey guys. Oh, look at that. Okay. Hello guys, thank you all so much for joining our YouTube stream. What's my prediction for the Ashes? Ooh, I reckon Australia. Well, okay, just let's take a step back. I think England are talking a very big game. I think Australia's bowling is going to be too good for them. But it'll be interesting because I love Stuart Broad's comments saying it's the weakest Australian team he's seen. I disagree. I think our team was worse under Tim Payne. That's my take. I think under Tim Payne, when you had like Sean Marsh and why is the player's name escaping my mind? Victorian, who plays the... Anyway, look, that team wasn't great. People are talking about Liam Clark. I haven't actually heard of him. Send him over. Anyway, guys, looks like the Hoff is about to bowl to Gill to start the second game. Hazelwood charges in. Oh, it's on the money straight away and he's gone! Oh my goodness, Shubman Gill is out. LBW first ball, and I think he's gone. He's reviewing it. He is reviewing it, taking it upstairs. What a start from Hazelwood. After I was somewhat slagging him off. Oh my goodness. That was a perfect length ball from Hazelwood. Shubman Gill is taking it upstairs. Hey Jake, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Gill is gone. Can you believe it? And I think the only chance he's got is it's going over. Miles away. There's like a foot between bat and pad. Hoff right on the money. A little in-swinger off the seam. Yeah, Rohit called it in the Insta chat. Yezwakaz predicted 5-0 for Australia in the Ashes. I like that. Gee, Gill caught in no man's land. Weight going nowhere. Do you think that's out? Put it in the chat. Oh, it's not out. As if. Wow, okay. Poor call from me. Wow. Okay, so Gill survived. There you go. Yeah, Hoff is always on the money, Doc. I've got to say that. I don't know how it's that high. Like, I swear the ball tracking got that wrong, but maybe that's just my Australia bias. But Hoff looked like he was on the money, and Gill looked plumb as it gets. Looking like vintage Shane Watson out there. Oh, yeah. Okay, we've got some people in the Insta chat asking my Australia top 6. Hoff bowls it. Oh, it's outside the outside edge. Gill gets squared up. My top 6 for the Ashes is a controversial one. I reckon we have Renshaw, Weatherald, Labuschagne, Smith. Then you got to have Head. Oh, I'm going to say Green and Carey. But that's so hard because I love Bo Webster. But I think that's the move. Kaysen's asking Shannerz top run, scorer, and leading wicket taker in this fixture. Well, by the way the Hoff is looking, I reckon Hazelwood is going to get himself a nice 4-wicket haul. And Abhishek's going to get himself a 50. That's my call. What about you guys? Put your top run scorer and wicket taker in the comments below. Bo Taper Fade mentioned. I do like it. Anyway, I've been distracted by the comments because Gill just got one on the noggin, and there's going to be a helmet check. That looked pretty gnarly, and Gill's getting a little concussion check. He even kind of... We've got T. Smith saying, don't want any left-handers against Archer. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good call. It's a good call. Steve Smith going to top the Ashes. Yeah, I think that's a good call. For the Ashes, I think, Steve Smith's going to have a blinder. I think Starkey is entering his into his Mitchell Johnson era. Same sort of age, put on some muscle and so forth. And yeah. Whoop. Hold on. Got some camera issues out here. Let's see if we can fix that up here. All right, we're back. Oh, Kaysen's asking top run scorer and top wicket taker for the Ashes while there's being a helmet check on Shubman Gill. Top run scorer got to be Smith and wicket taker Stark. Yep, that's right. Yeah. Hazelwood, what a start. I got to say, what do you think so far, guys? Because Hazelwood, he got an LBW appeal that I was convinced was plum, but it was way over. Then he got Gill squared up, outside off, bowling beautiful length, and then a short one right on the helmet. First 3 deliveries. What a start. Hey, Karen, how's it going? Brian, it's good to see you. Welcome. Jay Boothers, I'm going to ignore that one. And Julian, I'm right. I don't know how that was over the stumps. I think that would look plum. Got some people in the YouTube chat as well. Welcome, 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 everyone. All right, we're back on. We're back on. Hazelwood to Gill for the 4th ball. India 0 for 0. Gill actually gets some bat on it. Dot ball. Straight back to the bowler. Yeah, we've got some people arguing in the YouTube comments about whether England are any good at batting. Guys on Instagram, let us know if you think England's batting has got any chance against Australia's 4 fast bowlers. Shay, what's going on? Sorry I missed your comments. What's up, brother? Shubman Gill hits it down towards point. Another dot ball. Hazelwood looking like he's going to get a maiden. Rohit's saying England's going to be crap in the Ashes. Kind of the opposite of what Stuart Broad is claiming. And Alistair Cook. They're all claiming England win. Which I think is kind of, I don't know. It just doesn't really sound right when they haven't won a test match in Australia for over a decade. So get your Ashes predictions in the comments, guys. Looks like they're going to get their first one. Shubman Gill straight to cover. Mitch Owen cleans up and it's 1 run off the first over. Yasmin Kaj is asking, do I watch F1? And you bet I do. I'm deep in that McLaren drama going on between Piastri and Norris. I don't really like McLaren though. Even though Piastri's an Aussie, I'm not completely, I'm not completely sold, but I think there could be some drama going on between the two of them, and whether or not he's being hampered by the car McLaren is giving him, I don't know. You let me know down below. I was always a Daniel Ricciardo fanboy because he's from Perth, but then now he's gone. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, if you're just joining the Instagram, I'm doing a live stream over on YouTube for Watch Along of Australia versus India. Yeah, Doc, that's a good shout. I think Shubman Gill's all over the place. Got hit in every part of his body in that first over. Anyway, Xavier Bartlett's on to bowl now, and there's some beautiful shape. Beautiful shape. Shubman Gill kind of almost got squared up by that, but he hit it out to point. Yeah, with the F1, I do not like papaya rules. Oh, there's runs. Bartlett, bowls to Gill. Off the back foot. Cuts it through point. Xavier Ellis mops out on the boundary. Gets 3 runs from that. So India, let me update the scoreboard here. India 0 for 4 after 1.2. 0 for 4 1.2 overs. Excuse my shoddy handwriting. Jesus. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to end the Insta live stream, but jump across onto YouTube. I'll see you all there. All right. Having some F1 chat. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Max Verstappen, but the one thing I do respect about Max is just how good he is. You know, like, it's almost like watching Schumacher back in the day. Max Verstappen was just so... When you see him race, you're like, he's the best. Like, you just know he is. So, I respect it, but I'm not a fan. And I do think he's got a chance to win the World Drivers' Championship. I think that would be pretty entertaining. That would be very entertaining if he makes a comeback there, guys. But I don't think he will. Let's be real. I think, unfortunately, I'm really hating it. After last race, I think Norris has got it. But I'm praying he doesn't, to be honest. All right, Bartlett. Into Abhishek. Abhishek just flicks off the pads. Full swing. Down to fine leg. The Hoff. Cleans up. Get 2 runs. First ball Abhishek's played. And he's just gone for it. Absolutely gone for it. Yeah, Mercedes, honestly. Yeah, yeah, Mercedes, her tactics. They're going to... honestly, if Mercedes build a good car next year, they're going to be dangerous. And they're going to be feisty. They're going to be... with all those regulations changing, I'm not liking the looks of that. Anyway, India, 0 for 6 after 1.3. Yes, guys, I just finished the Instagram live. I thought I'd just focus on the YouTube. Full toss. Abhishek goes bang through cover. Slices it for 4. 6 off 2. Oh, this could be a watch. This could be a watch. Kason, I do watch Premier League, man. I am a Leeds United fan, and it's a positive start from them. Who's your team? Put your favorite Premier League teams down in the comments, guys. Bang. Okay, here comes Bartlett. Into Abhishek. Oh my goodness. More runs. Over mid-on. Mitch Marsh chases. He gets there just to the boundary. Tim David sweeps up. And they get 2 by the looks of it. Yeah. You guys are United fan, got an Arsenal fan. Oh, I gotta say, Arsenal look dangerous, man. It's pumped Leeds 5-0. I did not like that. I did not like that. Yeah, Arsenal just farming the corners. I've got a fantasy football league. I don't know if it's too late to join, but I posted that at some point if you guys were interested to join. I'm doing okay. I've moved my way up. I have to say that. Here goes Bartlett. Oh my God. Is that 6? Oh, it is. Oh, Bartlett is going for 17 off his first over. Abhishek is already on 14 off 4. We could be cooked, chat. We could be cooked. We've got some Man City fans in the chat. Oh, got a good diversity of football teams, I have to say. Honestly, this is wild. This is wild. Abhishek, this might be the game when he gets introduced to Australian fans. You know, like, because not a lot of Australian fans watch IPL. You know, you got your Jake G Kings and a few of the cricket fanatics, the boys of the grade cricketer. But yeah, I think to the general public, this could be a statement. Whilst Gill is looking edgy, but he edges through slips. Gets a run. Oh my God. This is going to be a high-scoring match. I'm not liking the look of this, guys. I'll put my link to my fantasy team, guys, on my Instagram. If you can join late. I'm sure you can. So I might repost that later this evening. Stay posted, all right? Anyway, guys, let's talk about this match. Australia versus India. What do you guys think so far? Hazelwood 0 for 2 off 1.1. Big swing and a miss from Abhishek. You saw that in Canberra. This is like watching a young David Warner, you know? I remember David Warner debuting against South Africa in 2009 at the MCG. Just shows my age. And that was one of my favourite memories as a cricket fan, which is this unknown guy coming into the international setup and just going ballistic, you know? Absolutely ballistic. Got 89 runs from memory in that one. Would have been really a real fairy tale if he got that century. Anyway, here's the Hoff to Abhishek. Oh, whips it through square leg to deep square leg and gets a run. Yeah, I am Unk. It's a bit sad. But here I am on Instagram and shit. I reckon Abhishek could be on for a 50 here, guys. That's my prediction. Okay, Hoff to Gill. Gill lofts it over, but it's not far enough. Marsh takes the catch at mid-off, and Hoff gets his first wicket. Shubman Gill gone, and India are 1 for 20. Shubman Gill's gone out. I gotta be honest, he never looked comfortable. He never, ever looked comfortable. Let me update the scoreboard. What is it, 1 for 22? 1 for 20. Being a bit too generous. 1 for 20. That was not a great innings from Gill. He was all over the place. He was edging, he was missing. Could have gone out for a first ball duck, you know. But, yeah, there you go. And it wasn't necessarily the best ball ever from Hazelwood. It was a half volley that just hit the toe of the bat. So, yeah, Gill's gone. Is Nathan okay? Let's respond to some of your comments down below. Who's my fifth bowler behind Stark, Hoff, Cummins, and Boland? I think Perry's been looking really good for Victoria. If Jai Richardson is fit, I think talent-wise he's the guy, but I don't think he's fit. So, and it's definitely not Sean Abbott. I don't think Sean Abbott is good enough. So, yeah, I'm going for Mitch Perry. There we go. What about you? Put your fifth bowler for Australia. And that's an interesting YouTube video I actually want to make generally, is the next generation of fast bowlers for Australia. Because Australia has sort of this Unk status fast bowling quartet, which is great. But like the youngest is Cummins, and he's 32. They're all going to be gone in like 2 to 3 years. And there's going to be a whole new fast bowling contingent. Who do you think's going to be that, you know? Then we've got Doc asking, we've got Shay asking, is Nathan Lyon playing? And Doc's responded correctly, Lyon will be playing. Lyon's kind of asserted himself as that guy. What's my opinion on Aussie women? I'll ask it after this ball. Hoff to Samson. Samson cuts over point. There's no fielder out there, but it looks like it'll be stopped. Yep. Kuhneman picks it up, and they get 2. Samson gets 2. What was the question again? What's my opinion on Aussie women? I've got to be honest, there was some sloppy fielding moments in that fixture. And there was a late collapse. It was, 2 for 7 in the last 2 overs or something? Australia just failed to capitalise when they really were put in such a dominant position by Phoebe Litchfield. They should have won that. That's my opinion. But well played, India. What a run chase. Off to Samson. Swing and a miss. Samson looked about a year late on that one. Hoff 1 for 5 off 2. India 1 for 22 off 3. Fair call, Shay. Here comes Nathan Ellis into the attack. Got some F1 chat. Thoughts on Oscar. It's sabotage from McLaren. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't put it past McLaren. Norris is their boy. There's all those talks about that American driver, that Zach Brown didn't want Oscar, and so forth. So you're right with that one. Anyway, here's Ellis to Abhishek. Good ball, good length. Kind of tightens Abhishek up, and it's 1 run. Ellis looks sore after 1 ball. He's hobbling already. Yeah, Doc, that's a good shout. Get Michael Nisa in for a pink ball game at the Gabba. That'll be all right. Yeah, I mean, he did okay. Like, he's always had such a tough career, Nisa. I think, like, Michael Nisa, the reason I didn't pick him is because he's so old. Like, I'm almost thinking next generation, but you're right. In terms of talent, who's been there and done that, he's the guy. Because, like, he has played 2 or 3 test matches for Australia. He's got some unwanted record for being, like, the most number of matches played as 12th man. For so many years there, he was just beyond the squad when he was really ripping up Shield cricket. Nowadays, he's slightly past it, but it still wouldn't be a bad shout to get him in for the pink ball match, considering his record. And he did okay in that Adelaide pink ball match he played. I can't remember, it was against South Africa or something back in the day. Samson again plays and misses. Yeah, the way Samson is playing right now, he is a bit of a wannabe Kohli. He's kind of fishing outside off, I've got to be honest. Few plays and misses, but look, we all know Samson's talent, so he might just take a moment to get in. Ellis is bowling well as well. You've got to give credit to Ellis. Bowling a good length. Okay, here goes Ellis to Samson. Steaming in, looking like a young Brett Lee. Oh, LBW shouted, he's gone! Hits him on the back pad. I think that's clipping the top of off. Samson is going down the wicket to Abhishek. Looking to see if there's a review in that. And he's reviewed it. But I think that's a review out of desperation. But I was wrong with the last one. What do we mean by gameplay, mate? I would like to do some cricket footage with Jake, but unfortunately I can't show the fixture. I can't show the game today because of copyright. I used to actually, if you join my last stream, live stream with Instagram, I was talking about my old YouTube channel called Stumped. And on Stumped, that was like how I got into all this. I had 15,000 subscribers, and it was like a cricket edit channel, but I got hit by copyright after copyright, and I was forced to stop. My commentary's better than Warner's. Thanks, man. The bar's pretty low. Anyway, the ball stayed low, and Samson's gone. Ellis gets Samson. Samson fails a review. He's plumb as it gets. Ellis is 1 for 1 after 3 balls. Oh, sorry, bro. Yeah, I do miss these kind of terms as a fellow unk myself. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could play some Fortnite. I do play Fortnite really poorly. Maybe I could play some cricket games. I used to be on Cricket 07 back in the day. Jeez, I'm trying to update the scoreboard. All right. What do you think I should play? Put it in the comments down below what games you think I should play. Maybe I'll live stream some of that. All right. And you're 2 for 23 after 3.3. There we go. Australia's staying in this, despite Abhishek looking very dangerous. And we've got Yadav in right now. Jeez. He looks like he could bench 120. GTA 6. Honestly, I'm actually just... It's funny you say that, because I haven't played GTA in years, and literally, like, last night, I just, like, downloaded GTA 5 for my PC and just started playing the story mode. Because I played it last in, like, 2013. I realized I can't remember a thing. So, maybe. Cricket 26 is a good shout. I reckon I could do that. The only thing I would say about that is that it's quite oversaturated. There's quite a lot of people who already do that. But it wouldn't hurt to give it a go, you know? Ellis. Ooh. Yadav looking a little bit shaky off the first ball. Kind of reaches for it. It's a half volley. Gets a run-through point. And Abhishek is back on strike. I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2 either. Like that could be the move. But I got to get through this GTA 5 storyline. Get Shannerz GTA live stream before GTA 6, maybe. All right, Ellis to Abhishek. Abhishek lofts him over third man. 4 runs. Made it look too easy. It was a poor ball from Ellis. Abhishek making it. Like, why can't the rest of India bat like this? This is amazing. Yeah, I think GTA 6 would be buggy as hell on release. I think like it would be... it would be like, you know, when they leaked the footage for GTA 6, that was... Yeah, that looked really poor when they had the numbers all over the screen and all that. I've got to watch that. Play some Subway Surfers too. Maybe I could just have it at the bottom of this screen. Just to keep you guys keep the attention on the video. Alright. Back to the game. Ellis, 1 for 6 off 0.5 to Abhishek to close out the over. Oh, Abhishek goes bang over cover. 3 bounce 4. It's a full toss from Ellis. The last 2 balls are not good in this over after a good start. So India 2 for 32 after 4, which is actually okay despite the loss of wickets. Still think India in the box seat here. So we'll see if Australia can clutch up a little bit. I was really impressed with Koeman in the ODIs. I think he is just arguably could be ahead of Zampa in a lot of this short form stuff. Because just of how dart he is, which is what Zampa effectively is as an off spinner after 4. For the T20 World Cup, who would you be picking for Australia in terms of a spinner? Would you be picking Koeman or Zampa? Let me know in the comments. Looking at the comments. I haven't played Monster Hunter. I'll have to give that a go. GTA 6, yeah, that's going to be just so buggy. But you bet I'll be playing it the moment it comes out, like half the world will be. Oh, nice piece of fielding from Stoinis. Yadav just absolutely smokes it, and Stoinis is there like a goalkeeper. Have I put money on Abhishek? No, I haven't, but I just am impressed. I am very impressed. And I just made the prediction at the start of this video that he'll get a 50, so I'm almost banking on that. Getting a wide shot of the MCG with the Flying Fox, whatever they call it these days. What a crowd. Unbelievable turnout to this game. As Hazlewood bowls to Yadav again with his open foot stance. Oh, Inglis puts it down. It looked like, so Yadav swung and missed it. It kind of hit his leg, and then Ellis went down the leg side to catch it, fumbled it, and I don't know if it hit the bat, but we're just looking at a replay now. It looks like it comes off the glove, and Inglis dropped it. He got his hands in a weird spot there. He had 2 goes at the cherry and misses it. That's relatively poor, I gotta be honest. Like, Australia has the standards of keeping really high. No, I don't, bro. But I might after this because he's playing so well. Here we go. Yadav on strike. It's an edge. He's gone. Oh, what a ball from Hazlewood. That's why he is the man. He squared out Yadav outside off. Hazlewood just on the money. That is such a beautiful ball. It was like perfect length, slightly off the seam, just over off stump. Yadav gets squared up. Yadav looks like a tail end the way he played that. And straight into the gloves of Inglis, who makes up for his mistake with a clean catch there. India are 3 for 32. Or 3 for 33. I'll have to check the score once stop showing the replay. 3 for 32. There we go. I was right. Bang. 2 for 5. Hazelwood after 2. Jesus Christ. What a player. I am glazing Abhishek. He's still there. He's the one player still there. Yeah, bowling some absolute seeds. You are right there. Mr. Cricket Player 9264. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna... Oh, sorry, man. I missed your comment. Predictions for Brazil Grand Prix. Just quick F1 chat while we're on it. Predictions? From memory, Mercedes always do well, so I'm actually going to predict a George Russell win. There we go. That's because I remember Russell got his first win there. I remember Lewis Hamilton coming from like 20th on the grid to win. I reckon Mr. George Bin Russell's going to just dominate, you know? Yeah, Kaysen. Abhishek is the Indian batting lineup right now. I mean, he's scored 24 of their 32 runs. And he's the only one who's actually looked good. Like, Gill got a few runs, but off the edge. And just, you know, he had one good shot. So... Anyway, the Hoff is on. Gonna get the scoreboard up. Okay. Varma dances down the wicket and just, yeah, pads it back to the Hoff. Yeah, what is happening? 3 for 32. Hazelwood is just, this is some of the best 2020 bowling I've ever seen. You know, like, because there's so many, like, you know, compilations of, you know, Mitchell Starc getting these just unreal Yorkers and stuff with a new ball. This is just really nice 2020 bowling. Unplayable, good length, good line. They can't do anything about it. Off to Varma again. Oh, it's straight in the air! Can Inglis get there? He's running around. He does! Hazelwood 3 for 5. Varma gone for a duck. India are falling apart here. This is unbelievable. 4 for 43. Hazelwood 3 for 5. I don't know what Tilak Varma was trying to do there. He looked like he was going for a slog sweep, and he just ended up edging it right into the air. Would have hit the roof if there was one. Yeah. What the flip is Tilak doing? Oh, that's rough. That is rough. I do feel for India a little bit here. They've got a young team that's really exciting, that's going to dominate the world someday. Can't handle the Hoff. Updated score predictions, guys. Throw them in the comments below. Here we go. Axar Patel is walking out to the crease to face Hazelwood, who's 3 for 5 after 2.5. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Getting some more F1 predictions in the chat. I like it. Max P1, Oscar Piastri P2, Charles Leclerc P3. Honestly, that is nearly my perfect podium if I can pick one. I think I'll just put Leclerc first. I think Leclerc's my favorite driver, by the way. Shay's saying India get 130 today. I think that's a reasonable total. And Australia still has not the most secure batting lineup. I'm still not convinced. I'm convinced by the openers, Mitch Marsh and Travis Head, but I'm not convinced by the middle order. I think having Marcus Stoinis in that lineup is just not it. There you go. Inglis, David, and Perry though. Good. Not Perry. Sorry, Owen. Anyway, Axar Patel gets himself off strike. Hits it to deep point. Hazelwood, 3 for 6. I predicted he would get 4, so let's see if he does. And he should have, with the first ball to Gill. I mean, unreal. Yeah, honestly, Abhishek 50, rest of India 30. They could get out below 100 if they continue batting like this, you know? Well said. Well said. I think my favourite driver is Daniel Ricciardo. It hurt me so much when that just didn't work out with Red Bull and his just career decisions were horrible. Josh Inglis, that was a good catch off Farmer. That was they're just showing the wickets again. Hazelwood's bowled so beautifully. And if you look at the heat map of where he's been putting the balls, it's been unreal. Anyway, Ellis into Patel. Oh, he chops it on, but it doesn't hit the stumps. And it looks like we've got a slight issue with the camera again. So I'm going to just fix that up. There we go. I don't really understand why that's happening, but we're back. Don't worry. We're all good, brother. What do you think about Matthew Short at 7? That is an odd choice, I've got to be honest, for the Australian batting lineup. I think he's going to be at 3, and then you put Inglis down there, but, you know, that's my take. Anyway, Ellis, 1 for 10 off 1.1 to Axar Patel. Patel hits it down the ground towards mid-off. Gets a run. Showing scenes of Melbourne. Melbourne looks stunning right now. I love Melbourne. Melbourne is my favourite city in Australia. I'm from Perth, but maybe one day I'll move to Melbourne because Melbourne is just the perfect Australian city. Is there a filter on the screen? What's on the screen? Is there like lines or some shit? Please explain, bro. Yeah, let me know if there's anything on the screen. I'm just realizing, is there like 4 lines on the screen? Let me know. Still figuring this all out, guys. First live stream. Okay, Ellis. Into Abhishek, who gets a quick single. Well run. Oh, well, that's annoying, isn't it? Let me see if I can get rid of that. Give me a moment. I can't promise you I will. Let's see. Whoops. Not like that. Yeah. How the hell do I do that? Oh, Jesus. Sorry, guys. Appreciate you all sticking around. Oh, Jesus. Come on, camera. Sorry, guys. Might need a new one if I'm going to continue doing this. Alright, I'm not able to get rid of the lines. That is annoying. That is very annoying. I might try and sit myself in between the lines. How about that? Sorry about that. All this live stream stuff is workshop. I'm not even sure about the outside of this. I'm not sure about the yellow going around. To be fixed, okay? Anyway, Ellis to Axar Patel. Pulls it. Top edge. 1 run. The screen looks like a big pub TV. Yeah, it does. It looks like the type of thing you'd see at a casino where you'd see like multiple TVs and my face is just about cast across the ball. So, yeah. Not ideal. Not ideal. I've got David Water in my ear right now. I would complain, but I don't think I'm providing much better. So we're all trying our best at this stuff. Ellis to Abhishek, who backs away and just nearly hits it for 6 over point towards the Bharat Army. who I met the other day. I met them in Perth. That was pretty cool, to be honest. They're good guys. Abhishek's on 29 off 11 balls. Bro, just get him to face every ball. That's what I'd do. Harshat Rana to open. Yeah, that's a good shout, honestly. Kind of hiding him in the batting lineup. I think he could just come out, throw some big ones at it, and then get out. Cricket player 9264 is asking, who will open for the Ashes? It's a good question. There's who I want to open, and then there's who I think will open. I want Renshaw and Weatherall to open, and I think Kawhi just passed it. That's who I want. I'd even take Bancroft back if you want that other left-hander in there. But who I think will open will be Renshaw and Quadro. Harsha ran for president. Damn right. President of the world. All right. Harshad Raina. We're looking at the replay of his 4 here. Ellis got a good length delivery in there, but Raina just didn't matter. He just stood there, put weight on the back foot, and just lofted him over. Anyway, here's Hoff into Abhishek. Abhishek edges just past Inglis, and it's 4 runs. Oh, it's just falling Abhishek's way. I gotta be honest. It's just falling his way. 4 runs. Jay, I'd take that too. ICC chairman, Raina. Can't go better than that. Apart from Bo Tabor fade by Webster, especially if he's not playing. Anyway, the Hoff into Abhishek again. This has got the battle of the best players. Oh, it hits him on the chest. Quick run. Run to the sundries. Need to update the scoreboard after this over. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what I think of Inglis as a keeper. I don't think he's quite like international level. Great batsman though, but there's levels to it. And Inglis does have that kind of bozo moment in him, you know? Off into Axar Patel. Axar Patel pats it down. No run. Goes to Stoinis a point. KO stream screwing up. Don't know if it is for everyone else. Gonna have to refresh. I should train it for Miss Universe. See about that. Do I rate Cameron Green? Yeah. No, he's like definitely as far as cricketers in the world, I don't know if there's many cricketers with a higher ceiling than him, like more potential. You know, he's going to be a star at some point, but I don't know if it's similar energy to Shane Watson and so forth, where they've got all this potential, but then do they actually live it up? I don't know. Well, someone like Bo Webster's almost a complete opposite, and that's what makes Bo Webster so interesting. Is like no one really talked about him, yet he's come in and done a great job. You know, ideally you put both him and you put Bo Webster and Cameron Green in, because I don't think Cameron Green's going to be bowling. You know, because I've been resting him from bowling duties in the Shield. Harshad Rain to Leety 9. You know what? I'll take that, man. I'll take that. Hazelwood, final ball. Pats it down to mid. Off. 3 for 13. What a spell from Hazelwood. India 4 for 47 after 7. Four for 47 after 7. Good start from Australia. Yeah, India just has to play the overs right now, you know. All right. Welcome back. Thank you very much. India 4 for 47 after 7. Hazelwood has just completed his spell. Incredible spell. 3 for 13 by the looks of it. Abhishek made him look not as good. But he made the rest of India look very bad. So, you know, can't really complain about that. Get a little bit closer to the screen. How about that? Bartlett nearly gets a quarter bowled off Axar Patel. Unbelievable. That would have been incredible, but Axar Patel just smacked it straight back at him, so I don't think that was reasonable. By the way that Axar Patel was playing there, looks like they're just going to keep on smacking it. For the 2020 World Cup, chat, who is your team? And not just by team, I want to be more specifically, who is your bowling quartet? Because at the moment, we have Bartlett, Hazelwood, Ellis, and Koonman, and Mitchell Stark is retired. So let me know in the comments below, and then I'll let you know mine. Got a comment? What's your thoughts on Lewis Hamilton? Got a 25-second and 10-second penalty also. I must have missed that. I didn't actually watch the latest race, so there you go. So I've got a little bit of catching up to do. All right. Jeez, what a question by Cricket Player 9264. How are both captains... Whoa, hold on. Sorry, I missed nearly a run out. Axar Patel had to dive. I think he's safe, though, by the looks of it. All right, but how are both captains managing the dynamic between strike rotation and boundary hitting through middle overs, considering the pitch conditions of the MCG and the dimensions of the ground? Jesus Christ, what a question. I might ignore that question because there's a run out. Axar Patel's gone because his bat's in the air over the crease. Tim David with a rocket arm. That's a kind of a lazy wicket, to be honest. You had to look after their wickets there. I'm still intrigued by Cricket Player 9264's question. How are both captains managing the dynamic between strike rotation and boundary hitting through the middle overs, considering the pitch conditions of the MCG and the dimensions of the ground? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's a big ground. It's a footy ground. It's like a circle as opposed to an oval. And it's a bit wet. I don't know how the captains are doing that. How do you think? Help me out here. Next Fab 4. That's a good question. Next Fab 4. Okay, let's go through the world countries. I think Harry Brook we'll see how he goes in Australia. I would have said, ideally I would have said Harry Brook, Will Pucovski, and Cameron Green, but Will Pucovski as a talent is gone, and Cameron Green, I don't know if it's living up to the hype. I'll say Yasval, he's incredible. Yasval, Harry Brook. I don't know if Australia has one, honestly. I'm going to say Cameron Green for the benefit of the doubt. That's what I got. Who should I add? And who am I? Cricket Player 9264, pleasure having you in the building. Thank you very much. Have a good one. It's been nice having you. Anyway, Harshit Raina is at the crease. The boy. that we've all been talking about. Let's see if he can live up to the hype that the chat's been giving him. Brock, Gill, Ratchin, and my Aussie. Yeah, honestly. Anyway, Bartlett to Rayner. No run. It's a point. Stoinis cleans up. India, 5 for 49 after 7.5. My goodness. My goodness. Bartlett's made a decent recovery after what was a tricky start for him, to be honest. Because that first over he went for 17. Abhishek made him look pretty amateur. But this next over, thankfully, isn't it to bowl to Abhishek that much. And there was a run out. So he's been saved a little bit. That's right. Our boy Rayner is on the pitch. Let's see how he goes against Bartlett. Hits the point. 1 run. The crowd is very quiet, which says a lot because it feels like an India home game with the amount of Indian fans in the house. Anyway. 5 for 50. Do you think India can recover from this? I'm not sure. Here's some more F1 questions in the chat. Thoughts on Zach Brown's strategy and McLaren team giving favours to Lando Norris. As an Australian, that pisses me off. And I find Lando annoying as well. I don't like his attitude. But that, it might be the case of, like, every year it feels like everyone hates the guy that's winning. And I think this might be the case that I'm just hating on Lando this year because he's winning. Because there was a period where I hated on Hamilton. There was a period where I hated on Verstappen. I think Gambia ruined a perfect Indian side. That's interesting. It's an interesting take. I think this Indian team that they've put out here is still decent. I don't know why they're not performing. That's all I got to say. It's a very good team on paper. Anyway, if there was a time to score some runs, it'll be now. Marcus Stoinis, probably one of the weaker of Australia's bowlers. You got to try and score big off him. I'm liking the mullet action. Under lights at the G. Just having to refresh my stream. Hold up. Good start from Stoinis. You know, I talk a lot of smack about him, but he's looking pretty good. And look, I say Stoinis probably isn't good enough, not because I don't like him, just because I think he's slightly past him. I think there's better talent out there. But Stoinis as a bloke, he's always a great character. Like, you love the content you see with him and Zampa. And massive units, so he can get going, can make some good runs. But he is a old man now, so we'll see if he can actually, if he's still got it in a way. Can't see any reason why Harshit Rayner is playing. Yeah, to be honest, it is an interesting call. As an Aussie, we've seen him in Australia plenty of times, and I've never really been that intimidated by him. So, mix up. Harshit Rayner nearly runs out Abhishek, sorry. That would have been crazy. Like, that would have been outrageous if he ran out the main man. Because Abhishek, there was an easy 2 there, and Rayner just was like, nah, can't be asked. Fair enough. Fair enough. I love Sampa. Oh, Rayner edges. Oh, if he gets out, oh, he's safe. He's safe. That Jesus. That looked a bit amateur. As a fellow old man myself, he looked a bit stiff there. He looked like he hadn't done his back stretches the way that he tried to pull that. Oh. Just edges it straight into the air and lands between the field. Anyway, here's Shannerz to Abhishek. And Abhishek does the same thing, but makes it look easy. Keeps it low, gets a run. You got to get Abhishek on strike. Like, that's the only move. He's the only guy with doing anything. He scored 37 of the 56 runs, and hasn't faced that many balls either. Cricket Player 964, it's a pleasure to have you back in the building. We're just all clowning on Rayner because he's not looking very good out there right now. Look, going through the wickets, Hazelwood looks so good. That's one of the best 2020 performances I've seen in a while from a bowler. Reminds me of Yasir Arafat for the Perth Scorchers back in the day when the Scorchers were very strong. Marcus Stoinis just finished his over. We've got a new bowler on by the sounds of the stadium announcer. Oh, that was a bad mix-up. They're looking at the run out again of Axar Patel. Chad is asking if we should have a thing like the UCL. Ooh, it would be interesting. The only thing that I would say to that is Mitchell on place to Abhishek, and Abhishek smacks it for 4. Makes it look easy. He said cricket did have a Champions League. Cricket had like the T20 Champions League back in like 2011, where you had like the Sydney Sixers playing IPL teams. What I will say to that is that club football for soccer is much bigger compared to international. That's why UCL works. Whilst in cricket, international cricket is better than club cricket, at least for the majority of the world. So I love the idea of Champions League cricket. It's just I don't know if it would work with the calendar. The way that it would have to work is if like players didn't play for multiple teams. So like, you know how you have multiple players from Big Bash team and then for an IPL team. That doesn't really work for a Champions League format. So I'm going to say no, but if they can somehow workshop that, I'll be keen. Abhishek's looking class so far today. If you haven't subscribed, by the way, or liked this video, guys, make sure to hit that below. It really supports the channel. I'm trying to grow this YouTube stuff, see if I can make it feasible over summer. They're doing Champions League cricket next year. Oh, there you go. I didn't know that. It's a wide down leg side, I think. Yeah. Yeah, let me search that up. Let's see if we can find any info on that. Champions League cricket. I don't see anything there, but maybe I need to do some deeper research. Yeah, the last series was 2015 in India. Oh, and to Rayner. No run. Yeah, Rayner's selection is a bit interesting, I gotta be honest. But we are into the tail, so I don't want to be too harsh. Yeah, it is just old mate versus Australia at this point. Abhishek, 42 of the 62 runs. 42 off 18 balls as well. He's only faced 3 overs of the 9 so far. Rayner silences me. Looks like he's got an over point and gets 2. Look, if there's a time for India to target, it's got to be now. It's got to be off Owen and Stoinis. You know, this is where the runs need to be made. Snap meme, yeah, I'm really sorry about the situation with the camera. I've got to figure out how that I can get rid of that because it is annoying. Look, what I'm thinking for this stream is I'm just gonna leave it for this stream, and then for next time I'll sort this out because it is very annoying, and I'm almost trying to place my head between the stuff. But someone earlier said it looked good, like it looked like it was a like a bar with like 9 TVs. So there we go. I'm trying to place myself there. Okay. Sorry if I missed any of your comments in the chat, by the way, guys. Make sure to comment again if you haven't. All right. On to Abhishek. Abhishek pulls! 4 runs. Abhishek's unbelievable, man. I am glazing him like crazy. Like, compared to the rest of India's batting lineup, he just makes it look so easy. Like, he makes it look like Owen's bowling like 90 kilometers an hour. I mean, it wasn't a great ball from Owen, to be honest. Let's be real, though. All right. I'm sorry, Broski, I did miss your comment. It's a good fight for World Drivers' Championship. Oh, Constructors' Championship. In the F1. So we're chatting about F1 now, chat. Lando's on 365 points. Oscar Piastri's now 8 points behind. That is right. Maxing 36 points. So that is quite a lot. You need both Oscar and Lando to DNF. And then Max to clutch up, which would be... It's not actually that far out of the equation now that Oscar's sort of not going to be abiding by papaya rules. And I think Oscar is cracking mentally, so that'll be interesting to see how that all goes. Okay, I'll search up ICC Champions League 2020, see what's up. ICC Champions League T20. Kuhneman is onto the attack, by the way, guys. I need to update the scoreboard, but I'm searching up Champions League 2020 to try and update, because I wasn't aware that it was coming back. Let me know your thoughts on the comeback in the comments down below, or to the side, or whatever you're watching this thing on. So India 5 for 69. A little bit of a partnership building here. A little bit. That's basically off Abhishek just going crazy. 5 for 69 off 10. Hits the pad. No run. Rand is on 7. Abhishek's on 46. So he's 1 shot away from a 50. First 50 in Australia. That's pretty cool. Really? Doc saying Abhishek's hit every boundary so far. That is a crazy stat. That is absolutely crazy. And Abhishek is playing on a different pitch. Because of the way that he's playing at the moment, he just makes it look so easy. Kuhneman 0 for 3 after... Sorry. 0 runs, 0 wickets off 3 balls. Oh! Okay, Kuhneman bowls a good length ball. Rayner top edges it off the slice of the bat. Goes between point and third man. And it's 4 runs. So there you go. What Aussie would I like to send to the Yuvraj Singh making cricket academy? It's got to be Sam Constas, man. Sam Constas is 20 or 19 years old. He's got a lot of potential, but gee, he needs to learn how to play front foot defense. I don't mean to sound like an old man saying that. That's the type of thing Alan Border would say. But yeah, he's got a bit of work to do. So India now 5 for 73. Nearly the end of the 10th over. What's your prediction so far, guys? Got some more F1 chat. Internet is, and everyone is backing Max Verstappen. And some are backing Oscar Piastri as he's lost faith. A lot of Oscar fans have lost faith. Yeah, honestly, but because the form's been unbelievably bad from Oscar Piastri. So it is very interesting to see how that's just dropped off, you know? Look, anyone but Lando for me. I don't mean to hate on Lando, but it's just not, I don't want him to win it, you know? It feels so cheap, you know? Have I watched Game of Thrones? Yeah, I have, bro. That's good. It's good you bring that up. Back in, when was it, 2018 when it came out, I actually just started watching it at the start of 2018, and I loved it, and I binged all like 70 episodes of the first 7 seasons or something, and I was just fully on board. I had all these theories that like Littlefinger was like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but he was like this weird shapeshifter, like he was with them. There's something about changing people's faces or something. I can't remember exactly. I had all these series. I was so into it, and then the last season was so bad that I've just never ever thought about it again. You know, because that really infuriated me. Anyway, let's talk about the cricket. We've got a prediction. 161 is the final score from India. I think that's a good one. It's all going to be dependent upon if Abhishek can stay in or not, because Abhishek is the man right now. He's on strike to Stoinis. This could be a big over. He swings through cover, but it's just one. So it's not ideal. Stoinis bowling well so far. Got to give him credit. Maybe he is the man going forwards. Oh, bro. The red wedding was unreal. Sark's my favorite household. It was pretty graphic. That's real. Pretty graphic stuff. Gives Stoinis to Rayner. Rayner advances down the wicket. It's straight to Mitch Marsh. 1 run. Abhishek back on strike. Alright. Never watched Game of Thrones? I don't know if I'd recommend it. I don't know if I'd recommend Game of Thrones. It was very good, like, for its time, but it's aged poorly. Personally, I'd recommend Breaking Bad. That is my recommendation. I love Breaking Bad. Get the same drama, but it actually ends well, you know? Oh, Abhishek flicks off his ankles to the boundary, but it's only 1 run. Yeah, season 8 of Game of Thrones never happened. Honestly, trauma, memories, PTSD, all the rest. They need George R.R. Martin to just finish the damn book, and they need to refilm those last seasons. But part of me is just like, as a society, we need to move on. You know, we really, really need to move on. Alright, guys, I'm going to take a photo for the Insta. First live stream. Slam dubs in the chat. Favorite anime? I think it's going to be One Punch Man. That was good. What about you? Kason, welcome back. Doc. Yeah, you got to keep Abhishek off strike. But Rayner just got some runs there. So there you go. Gets a boundary off Stoinis. It's unfortunate for Stoinis because he was bowling well, but that boundary kind of hampers his figures. Not a great bouncer, but got to give Rayner this credit because that was a good shot. Anyway, my camera's freaking turned off again. I think if we're going to be doing these streams going forwards, chat, we're going to be, I think I've got to change my camera so I get rid of these lines and so forth. Stoinis bowls wide. Dear me. Big Stoin. I haven't watched High School Dexter. DxD? I don't even know what that is. Let me search that up. I better not be getting myself in trouble with this. Damn, bro. That's cool. I haven't watched it. Maybe I need to. Do I prefer the impact player rule of the IPL or the power surge rule in the BBL? Good question. I think the impact player rule is a little silly. I think it's a bit gimmicky. Power surge also a bit gimmicky. To be honest, I don't like either. All right, I don't like either. The power surge I can get behind. That's what I'll say. What about you? But I'm a bit of an old head. I'm a bit like, I prefer test cricket, you know. Leave the game as it is. Don't change it. Let me know your thoughts down below. All right. Run rate is 6.9. India have sort of somewhat salvaged their innings, as you got the Shepmates boys on the camera. Yeah, good shot, Kason. Oh, shit! Okay, there we go. I didn't realize Canadian K-Dot. I didn't realize. So welcome. It's great to have you in the chat. I didn't make the link. That's cool. Got the Shepmates fellas on the cricket. Look at that. I don't know if you guys follow them. The great Instagram duo of they do like good commentary inspos on Instagram. Give them a look. And also subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already. To my YouTube, I mean, obviously as well. Just trying to grow that. There's a bit of a drinks break right now. Abhishek's on 48 of 21. Unreal. He just needs to farm the strike. All right, thoughts on Sebastian Vettel. Well, as a kid, when I watched F1, I was a Mark Webber fan as he's Australian, so I didn't like Sebastian Vettel. But his career arc as a man, Sebastian Vettel just seems like a top bloke now. He's just saying all the right things. So, yeah, I like Sebastian Vettel. And I've got to respect good drivers, you know. Anyway, Koeman's on for his second over. Bowling to Abhishek, who's on 48. Let's see how this goes. Abhishek gets a single down to mid-off. Gets off strike, Reina. Partnership, 35 of 28. Starting to tick over some runs. What's your final score predictions, guys? We had a 161 earlier. I'm predicting 144. 8 for 144. That's what I see the final score being. Abhishek getting almost all of them. Through cover. 1 run. Abhishek's back on strike. 49 of 22 for Abhishek. About to make us 50. Who's going to win the 2026 Football World Cup? It'll be pretty good fairy tale story for Portugal to win with Ronaldo. I've always been a fan of Ronaldo. I just think he's so cool. And it'll be really cool if he gets 1,000 goals. If he got 1,000 goals in the World Cup and won the World Cup, his career would be complete. I don't think there's any debate that Messi's clearly better, but Ronaldo's just cool. And that'll be a really cool career, you know? Obviously, Canada or Australia, you'd love to see either of them win. But Australia did just beat Canada. Anyway, the crowd goes crazy. Indian flags in the air as Abhishek picks up his 50, first in Australia. He raises his bat. Favorite prime years in F1? I reckon favorite prime years, when would they be? Well, I mean, you can't get past the 2021 season. I mean, that was just unbelievable. I mean, like, it's cool thinking back to nostalgia of, like, the 90s with all those big crashes and those really wet races. But in reality, I don't think the racing was that good. Whoa, nearly a catch. Hasharena again cuts it between point and third man, or gully, and nearly a catch, but it's 4 runs. You think Neymar's going to win the World Cup? Brazil, that'll be a hell of a comeback too. Yeah, it was pretty cheap, I think, Australia winning over Canada. We all know that Canada's better at football than Australia, but it was very nice for Australia to play some haram ball and win that. Kuhneman to Rayner again. Rayner cuts for a single. Inglis takes the catch. Back to Kuhneman, who's 0 for 13 off 1.5 overs. India 5 for 91 off 12.5. It's a good shout thinking Spain would win the World Cup. I mean, they did just win the Euros, and that was very impressive. And they've got this just, like, on paper, they're probably the best team in the world. Yeah, I think that would be the safe bet. If I was putting my money on it, I'd put Spain. But I'm not putting my money on it. Five for 92 off 13. Let's update the scoreboard. It's a nice little comeback from India here after a really tough start. Really, all the damage was done by Hoff. I've lost my pen though. Use this. 5 for 92. Sorry, I don't have an actual digital scoreboard. This is the best you can get for now, while I still figure out how all this streaming stuff works out. Are you a Lewis Hamilton fan in the chat? I think that it was that was an impulsive move to go to Ferrari and a little bit arrogant. Like, I know he's the best driver of all time statistically, but to think he can go into Ferrari and outperform Charles Leclerc, who's built the car around, I think it's a little beyond him. Or Ellis, nice ball to Abhishek. A little bit of movement, a short one. And Abhishek hits his wrist and drops down. It's a big clash, India versus Australia. You bet it is. I reckon India are making a nice little comeback here. My prediction was India would win. At the moment, I think that's shifting towards Australia winning with the way that Australia's been bowling. But Abhishek's putting up a fight right now. He really is, trying his all. Got to make a few runs off Ellis here. But it was a good ball to start off with. Ellis steams in to Abhishek. Bowls it short. Abhishek pulls. And it looks like it's going to be one run down to fine leg. Stoinis fields and throws it into Inglis. Oh, God. Oh, we've got an India fan in the chat. Welcome, brother. Welcome. India, women, that was pretty impressive. Pretty heartbreaking for Australia. It's been a tough week for Australian cricket, especially after Phoebe Litchfield's century. That was very impressive. But Australia a little bit sloppy at the end of the innings. Bit sloppy in the field, but well played India. Deservedly won. Uh-oh. But hopefully Australia gets some revenge here. Unbiased. Rayner. Ellis to Rayner. Rayner kind of splices it, but they get 2. That was well run. Well run, India. Gets a 2. India 5 for 95 of 13.3. This is good cricket from India. They've built up a bit of a partnership here, nearly at 50 partnership, and I think Australia need to be careful that they don't let this slip because they've been in such a dominant position with India. What was it, 5 for 40 or something, and then now India 5 for 95. Yes, it shows that Australia's bowling depth isn't quite there because you have the absolute class of Hazelwood. And as soon as Hazelwood goes off, it's not so easy. Oh, good ball from Ellis though. Yorker, dot ball. So maybe there is the depth. It is revenge time, mate. It is. Not that this matters as much. Australia was also a bit lucky in that Canberra game because India were looking dangerous as well. They were 1 for 90. So India almost could have won if that wasn't rained out. A prediction that Abhishek will be batting till 190 or 202. Honestly, if India can get over 150, I think that's a good effort. But Rayner slaps it down towards Mitch Marsh. It's a run-out attempt. Misses the stumps. Rayner gets a single. Which bat sponsor would I pick? I'd pick Kookaburra. I like Kookaburra. I grew up playing. Look, I'll show you my bat, actually. How about that? Let's look at my bats. I'm going to put this down for a second. Okay, so... Oh, jeez. It's a bit embarrassing. But this here is the Bubble 2. So I played with this growing up. It's not the best, but Well, actually, I take that back. It was perfect for my juniors. I don't really play much anymore, so that's what I play with. And then this is my mate's bat. I don't even know what it is. He took the stickers off it, but it's nice. So this blue bubble 2 is almost like is a junior's bat, but I would still use it in seniors. And then if I'm ever going down the nets with my mates, I might just use my mate's bat. It's just that. But he's coming back to Perth soon, so he'll be picking that up, and I will be maybe getting something new. What should I get? MRF would be cool. MRF would be cool, but there's not many in Australia. You know, Kookaburra is pretty like Australia heritage, as Canadian cricket fella says. I think, yeah, like I grew up watching Ponting play. Like that was when I started watching cricket. So Kookaburra was always seen as like the pinnacle, and Grey Nichols obviously, but I think Kookaburra is my go-to. But if you look at my cricket gear in any of my videos, I'm wearing like a Grey Nichols thigh pad, a county cricket like shoe, like a New Balance pair of gloves. Like I don't have any coherent purchasing. I can't even remember what my helmet is, but it's something cheap. I think I was just doing whatever was the cheapest, you know. Anyway, good ball from Shannerz. Just keeps it inside the wide line as Rayner jumps back. So it's a dot ball. Shannerz in for his third over. It's a harsh at Rayner. Rayner swings and misses. And it's another dot ball. Good start from Shannerz. That's a good shout. I could order it from Amazon. I'm not a big Amazon purchaser, so maybe I need to look at that. I always go down to the local cricket shop. I want to feel them myself, but I could get some stickers, get some MRF stickers on that white one, but it's not my bat, so I don't think I will, but my mate might. Thoughts on Italy qualifying for the 2026 World Cup? It's about time. They won the Euros, and they missed out on 2 World Cups in football. So I think them qualifying, that's awesome. You know, it'd be great to see them in the World Cup. Or have they qualified? Sorry, I need to double check that. I assume they have. I saw Norway also qualify, which is really cool with Haaland and Odegaard. So that's pretty cool, you know. Anyway, I've just looked at the number of balls that both have faced. Abhishek's 52 of 27. Rana's already faced 28. Man. Abhishek needs to get more of that strike. Oh. I see. Sorry, bro. Thought we were talking about FIFA World Cup. Swing and a miss from Rayner. Again, Abhishek's still not on strike. He must be fuming. He must be fuming. Biggest swing and a miss from Rayner. Bang! Gee! His head's in the clouds. Okay. Cricket, Italy, want to answer your question. It's very cool. There is a bit of dodgy stuff going on with these dual nationality stuff. I want to make a video about that on YouTube too. About like, oh, big hit from Rayner. That's a 6. Into the crowd. Bang. 50 partnership as well. Well played. Well played. It's because you got Joe Burns, a former Australian opener, playing for Italy, and Italy qualify, and then you've got Ross Taylor now playing for Samoa. I'm sort of like, but it's cool. It's really cool, but it's sort of a little dodgy because you don't know how to do that in football. But it's really cool to see Italy qualify, and I love that they give those teams a go. Like I used to love seeing Kenya play, love seeing Singapore, Hong Kong. You know, these really small cricket nations. I would mention Canada, but Canada's not that small. Canada's actually pretty established at this point. Yeah, look, with the chat, we were clowning on Harshit Rayner before. 50 partnership, he's doing all right. Look at that. India 5 for 105 after 15. I'll update the scoreboard. for 105. All right. Just realized I never actually uploaded that thing to Insta. It's having too much fun. All right. If you guys got any skit ideas as well, please let me know. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I want to upload this. My setup looks so amateur. Can we see this? I don't know if you can see this. Hold on. That's the photo I took in the chat. I don't know if you guys were all in it. That looks so sad. Because I'm just watching it on my laptop because I only have the one monitor. Ah, screw it. We're uploading it. I'm just going to say rate the setup. Alright, Bartlett. Okay. Sorry, I'm just absolute arse at rate the setup. There we go. Alrighty, chat. Alrighty. Excuse my amateur hours out here. Okay. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you saying I like the setup. Rate it on my Instagram story. That's what I just threw it up on. Skit of Melbourne Stars never winning BBL. Oh, Raiders out. Raiders out. He got a lot of that. So Xavier Bartlett to Rayner. Rayner actually hit it quite well, but it came off the toe, didn't make it all the way to the boundary. Tim David gets a catch. Looks like he's hurt himself, but it breaks the partnership. Australia needed that. Bartlett was first. And the Canadian cricket dude is saying I should do a skit of Melbourne Stars never winning BBL, and that sounds good. I remember as a kid watching the Melbourne Stars every year finishing top of the table, and then just, not winning the final. So I'm actually going to add that to my notes. If you got any other skit ideas, chat, throw it in, please. Skit of Melbourne Stars never winning. I might have to do that when the BBL starts, though. Because it's still a little while away. It's December, isn't it? I think. Can't remember. All-time Australian. Casey's asking me, what's my all-time Australian top 6 test? It's a good point, man. Okay. So I would have all-time top 6 test team. By the way, put yours in the comments. For test, yeah. I'm having... I'm going to be a bit different. I'm not just going to do best stats. I'm going to do best prime, okay? So I'm going to do Matthew Hayden. And I'm going to do Chris Rogers. I know it's an odd choice, but Chris Rogers was so reliable. It's a bit of a stupid choice. Edges for 4. First ball. Not bad. Ponting at 3. Oh, no, Bradman at 3. Jesus, this is hard. I'm going to write this down. I'll get back to you on this. Hold on. Okay, let's do it. Okay. We're doing Bradman, Hayden, Ponting, Steve Waugh, Mike Hussey. I've got to have Clark in there. Clark, Hussey, Gilchrist. Oh, jeez, I'm going to regret saying that. Edges. Oh, what a catch from Inglis. What a catch. And Bartlett is pumped. Bartlett is so pumped. 2 wickets in the over. They're turning this game around once again. Bartlett needed that. Bartlett really needed a good over because that was a weak start for him, and he's on the cusp of Australia's team. Yeah, that's a good shout. Chat saying Ricky Ponting, Hussey, Clark, Hayden, Gilchrist. Yeah, I agree. That you got to have those guys in there. You could almost just have that whole 2006 era team in, and that would be a good team, you know? Case is saying Hayter, Slanger, Ponting, Smith, Clark. Yeah, I mean, how the hell did I miss Steve Smith out? Steve Smith has to be in there. That's a good Good reminder. What I almost find the conversation of prime more interesting than all time, because sometimes stats and longevity, like you gotta respect it, but like I also really respect people's prime, you know? Like Labuschagne between 22 and 24 is one of the best players in Australia. You can't really think of many better players for Australia. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've got to have Smith in there. That was a bad call for me. So I think I'd take. Yeah, I think I'll take Rogers out for Smith. There we go. That's an obvious one. I can't believe I said Chris Rogers. It's silly. Anyway, Kuldeep is in to Xavier Bartlett, who's taken 2 wickets for the over. And it's double. India's 7 for 109 after 15.5. My prediction was 144. 8 for 144. That was my prediction. Abhishek cannot get on strike. He cannot get on strike. All match, he's faced 27 deliveries, which is 6, 12, 18, 24, which is 4.5 overs out of the 15, which is ridiculous as an opener. Yeah, good point. I think I would say David Warner too, but I don't like David Warner. And I don't want to try and sound like I hate him. I just, it's a bit of a stain on Australia's history. Anyway, Kuldeep edges down to third man, swept up. Honorable mentions, Andrew Simons, Brett Lee, and Glenn McGrath. Yeah, absolutely. I think Andrew Simons, like in his prime, man, can't get much better than that in terms of an all-rounder. I love Brett Lee. Brett Lee's my favourite player of all time growing up. I just used to love watching him just whip out the chainsaw and stuff like that. And Glenn McGrath, of course. I mean, greatest fast bowler Australia's ever had. Fun fact from Kaysen over here, Kuldeep has a first-class 100 coming in at number 10 for Mumbai. Well, there you go. I didn't know that. I can't imagine there's too many players who can say that. I think Shane Warne nearly did that. Speaking of Warney, wasn't he number 9? I can't remember. It was like Lee, Warne. Yeah, anyway, Abhishek's on strike. He cuts out to deep cover and he gets 1. So he gets off strike again. That's a little bit Abhishek's fault there. He could have done a little bit more. Swedes is bowling well here. 0 for 23 off 3.1. Good hit from Kuldeep, but well fielded by Marsh. Kuldeep just middles it. Marsh to his right, launches on it. Got some takes in the chat. Brett Lee was the reason Broski changed from spin to pace. Yeah, honestly, every young Australian I remember growing up would want to bowl pace. I remember, like, I'm not tall. Like, I'm 5'9", right? I tried bowling pace. And I just wasn't fast. But, like, that was what I wanted to do, you know? So, yeah. I think everyone wanted to be like Brett Lee growing up. I was probably closer to, like, Mike Hussey back in the day, the way I used to bowl. It's a very Indian-Australian team from Test. Yeah, some of these selections, I gotta say. Bounces twice. Slower ball from Stoinis. No wide. Another dot ball. Stoinis, 3 dot balls in a row. This is good death bowling. Hell yeah. Short Kings unite. 5'8". Love that. It's not ideal, is it? Kuldeep pulls and it's a catch. Sean Abbott, the 12th man. Dives forward, gets himself on the scoreboard. Catch at mid-on. And, yeah, India are falling apart here. Except for Abhishek, who's still there. He's going to carry the bat through the innings at this rate. Great catch from short at it. Stoinis gets himself a wicket. I got to be honest. I've been a bit too harsh on Stoinis. He's playing very well. Yeah, 8 for 110. It's not very good, is it? Yeah, 1 inch is a lot, man. I can do with an extra inch. Great catch from Abbott. Short Abbott's just one of those guys who just never plays, and he's just always there. He's always there in the carrying the drinks and so forth. Bit of an unfortunate career. I do feel for him. Okay, now we've got Chakravarti in. You need Abhishek on strike now. It's India's only hope. Wanted a quick single. Abhishek wasn't having it because Abhishek wants to farm the strike now, which is what we want. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, it's interesting to hear, like, how people from different countries, different upbringings, like different things. Like, as an Australian, I never, ever even considered being a spinner when I really probably should have. That would have been my talents. But, yeah. Google was great back in the day. Got a skit idea from Kaysen. Go around asking people on day 1 of the Ashes if Australia had to pick. Oh, jeez, I just had to reread that. A Pom to play for them who they would. That's actually a great idea. Jake Jenkins is very good at that street talk stuff, and I'm definitely going to be making some content with him around Ashes time. He's probably coming back a little bit earlier than he hoped from India because he's over in India right now. But yeah, hoping to make some content with him. And that is something that we could definitely do together. We'll see if we do, because that's definitely his area more than mine. I definitely do more of the skit stuff, where I'm in this hallway here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see, that hallway there. Oops, my camera's going hell out of focus, but yeah, that's my stuff. Anyway, Abhishek finally gets a strike. Bang, 4. That's why he's there. That's why he's the man. Do I hit the gym? Oh, gee, if you look at some of my earlier videos, man, I was hitting it a bit more than I do now. I do hit it a little bit, but I've sort of lived large in 2025. But I'm trying to get back into it. What about you, man? And Casey's asking which Pom would I pick to play for Australia. I wouldn't pick any of the bowlers. I don't really rate them. But I'd pick Harry Brook because he's just talented. But Abhishek, it just dances around, pulls for 6 over fine leg. Boy, oh boy. I am in love. If I could have an Indian player, it would be Abhishek. Put him in the test team, honestly. Nearly hits the flying camera, you know? Oh, camera's going again. Give me a second, guys. Definitely need to change some settings before the next stream. Okay. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Does look... Oh, quick runs. Abhishek is the man, I tell ya. He's farming Bartlett right now for runs. 12 off the over so far of 4 balls. India 8 for 122. I'll update the scoreboard after this over. I don't know if you can even read that, but there you go. Yeah, honestly. It makes sense. Seeing some Yuvraj Singh coming through Abhishek at the moment. Here goes Bartlett. Balls it short. Abhishek pulls. Ooh, the field is running. And Nathan Ellis cleans up. Another 2. Abhishek needs to get a single off the final ball to farm strike against whoever will be bowling from the other end. Yeah, Abhishek is really showing some fight here. You are right, sir. I think like he, as such a young player, to be carrying India in Australia, outrageous, like outrageous, and massive respect too. You know, um, first time I've seen Abhishek bat in full. I'm so impressed. I love it. It's all I've seen before is highlights. You know, single. It's too easy. To be honest, not great bowling from Bartlett. He had a good fourth over, but he goes 2 for 39 or 4. Not brilliant 2020 bowling from Bartlett. I don't know if Australia has a batsman as good as Abhishek in short form. That's my glazing going next level. I know Travis Head and Mitch Marsh are fantastic cricketers, but Travis Head is a test batsman, and Mitch Marsh is a bit of a slogger. Whilst Abhishek just looks, the way he uses his weight, he's not exactly the biggest unit. It's beautiful, you know? Yeah, it really is Abhishek versus Australia at the moment. 11 versus 1. Canberra Cricket Dude says he really likes Punjab Kings opener. And he'll come big in the next few years. Look, I gotta be honest, I need to get into the IPL more. And this year I'm thinking of maybe making it over to India. As Abhishek hits down towards third man. And he gets a single, does he? Yeah, anyway, this year I'm looking at getting much more into the IPL. Maybe do a few more of these streams. That's the idea. Same with 2020 World Cup. I've just got to fix this bloody camera, I tell ya. Abhishek doesn't actually take a run. He's still on strike. He's on 68. I'm going to update the scoreboard. India 8 for 125. Ellis, Abhishek. Single, maybe. Doesn't get the single. All right. What a shot boomer for Hazel. Whoa, what a question. What a question. Yeah, I would. Boomer is like best all-format bowler in the world, I believe. So, but, oh, that's Plum. Abhishek's gone. Abhishek is gone. Ellis gets Abhishek. Bowls a Yorker on leg stump. Abhishek comes across the stumps, misses it, and it hits the bottom of his pad. I think he's reviewing it, but I think it's a bold call. Checking chat. Yeah, it's an interesting point. Like, Ponting has a very good eye for talent. So if Ponting says that, I trust that. Boomer for Pat Cummins. Oh, man. Look, I just said Boomer's the best player in the world, but I want to swap for Pat Cummins. Because Pat Cummins is our captain, and Pat Cummins can bat. And also, Pat Cummins is hot as fuck. So, there you go. Anyway, Abhishek is absolutely plum. But there's a DRS view happening anyway. So, they're looking to see if he hit it. Got Snicko out. Oh, that is as plum as it gets. That's one of the worst reviews I've ever seen. That is like bottom of middle stump. And it's gone. But I get that you needed to because India doesn't have much depth. And he's getting clapped off the ground because what an innings. 68 of 37 balls. And he's introduced himself to the Australian crowd. And here's the man we're all talking about, Jasprit Bumrah coming out. Oh, jeez. It's going to be a rough finish to the innings. Abhishek walks up to the ground. Well played. Well played. Number 4. Looks like a centre back with that number. That's something that annoys me. That's a little pet peeve is cricket numbers. They don't mean anything. At least in soccer, football, they have meaning. You know, you'll have a number 9's a striker, number 7's the winger, number 10's cam, centre forward, and then the midfielders 6, 8, centre backs 4, 3, 2, whatever, right? In cricket, they're just random numbers, and it kind of annoys me. Quick single. Oh my goodness. What an absolute mess. Boomerang went for a quick single. And someone went for a quick single. And then the other guy didn't run. What is going on? Ellis, okay, let's have a look at the replay. So Boomerang hits it into the ground, goes for a single, and Varun just doesn't run. Varun just stays in his place, and Boomerang is out, and then they're just having a little argument about it. I don't know what Varun was thinking. Like, bro, just run. It was his call. They all out? I thought they had another wicket. Ah, India all out for 125. There you go. There you go. Bro's got mad football knowledge. I've got to respect that. There you go. Well, anyway, I wish cricket would have the same numbers. That's all I got to say. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining this live stream. This is my first ever live stream. I think I'm going to call it there. I know this is a watch along, but I think just watching the first innings for our first live stream is pretty good considering I've got camera problems. So thank you all for participating. I'll do game 3 when that comes. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. And it's been a real pleasure interacting with you all in the chat. So thank you so much. Stay tuned to the Instagram. And enjoy the rest of the game as Australia tries to chase down 125. Thank you all for being part of this. Thanks, Case, and thanks, Canadian Cricket Dude. Thank you, everyone else in the chat. It's been an absolute pleasure. All